Good morning, everyone. A very quick video lesson going over the new long positions. I want to make it very clear that all of these are extremely speculative and all of them but one are basically thin. And we'll get to that, the one that's not thin last, since it's the one that we need to go over probably the most. SVBI, first off, I always started the video with chart display options. Get rid of this dumb watch list tracking thing. That's what I use on my end to know when I went long something that I have big gains on. SVBI is the first long position. It's kind of the best one because earnings per share in the most recent quarter is up 100%. It's not a Cancelim quality stock, but still as a bank stock, it's under some clear accumulation with the rest of the banking industry group. And here we have a move through the 50-day moving average, closing at the high of the day, a volume surge with the BOP surge confirming. This one only made my tertiary scan, so it's only going to be a 0.5% of my account value. Limit 715, first cut loss. This area right here, move below 705, I'm out of half. A move below 7 right here where the red price bars are, I'm completely out of it. But SVBI is basically the best one. And as you can see, it's thin as shit. So it's a limit order only stock, and if you don't get filled for a minute before it moves higher, or if you don't get filled for a while, you'll know why. It's extremely thin. Probably not the best one to trade, but I'm doing it, so I'm telling everyone about it. ELON, probably the chart pattern that I like the most overall this evening, but once again, another extremely thin name. Look at this volume surge today. That's still only 32,000 shares, and the stock hasn't even been averaging 10,000 shares, the past week plus. So once again, got to keep it small. It was in both of my BOP scans, green BOP for 20 days, max green BOP for 5 days, so it should be a 2% signal since it's a trend following position. But since it's so speculative and so thin, I'm going to treat it as a total speculative position, low price and low volume. I got to do it. So it's going to get 0.25% for the one BOP scan, 0.25 for the other, 0.5 once again, just like SVBI. Limit at 679, the high of the day, since the 20-day moving average is touching price. My first and only cut loss level, 644. However, I guess you could also use this level here, 636. I'm just going to use 644. I don't think even intraday it should be able to take out that low. If it does, something's not right. I mean, this thing's been pulling back, so I expect it now that it finally had that bullish hammer candle pattern to blast off. We'll see. Now getting to the more real swing trades. TEAR, swing trade off the low. The old market maximum is a triple bottom, never is, but here we have the stock bouncing off 185 3 times. It's got a bullish reversal hammer candle pattern, not a candle over candle pattern, but still it's pretty good. Volume is about on par with the day before, but once again, this was in my green BOP for 20-day scan and my max green BOP scan. So with it making two BOP scans and with the risk so clear, I got to get long. So TEAR getting long at 195. My first cut loss is a move below 185, and that's also my final cut loss because it's the only support level. So if it moves below 185, I will be out. Initial profit targets on TEAR include, I wrote these down, 238, 330, 379, 492, and then we get up here around the 200-day moving average in this price bar, and we'll see what happens. But for right now, I'm just going to work with that one. 1, 2, 3, 4 levels right there. And then we'll move on to GLBS. GLBS, way speculative, wild, wild, wild stock, but that's why I'm using 3 stops. First off, want to get long, limit order at 128 unless it gaps above 134. Then I will use 134 as my limit. But if it opens, if it's the ask is showing 128 or lower, 128 is definitely the limit. First cut loss, a move below 113, 112. Next cut loss is a move below 103, 102. And then I'll have my final third of the position right here. So I'll give it all the way to 89 before I get rid of it where it has all of its max green BOP. But if it doesn't move higher immediately, no big deal. Cut my losses, move along. It's a piece of shit stock. I'm not really too worried about it if I am wrong. With GLBS, the first profit target will be 192, then 247, then 373, then 446, and then finally 794 if it ever gets there. All right, everybody, it's very late this Maui evening. Have a great morning. Great luck in your trading today. Aloha.